Mhm.
the world's biggest cretin
Why?
because
We're
I think
online.
I pressed start recording instead of start
Oh.
streaming.
Oh,
Yeah, so that's a bit of a boomer fail
That's
on my
funny.
part. What a prat.
That's funny.
Yeah. Okay. So,
Oh yeah, well I've.
yeah, we should be all up now. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, that
Oof.
seems to mostly be working. Okay. So, you had a question about these acorns that you discovered at the end of last session, and I rudely interrupted you.
did I? Well, I was asking the gnome folk if they were familiar with them, if they had any sort of recognition from them
Okay.
of them.
You just like holding it up and
Hmm.
Yeah,
gesturing.
like obviously not just an acorn. It's a funny acorn. It just grew straight away.
So you the one nearest you, he comes over, is just drenched in blood. Like 1,000-yard stare off into the distance, and he kind of walks
Oh.
over, looks at this little acorn, a sprout that's in the ground, and looks up at you, and he just stares for a little bit. He goes, symbolic, isn't it?
In a way,
Uh,
yeah.
is it? What, new life growing amongst all of this death and destruction?
Well, yeah, but also how much something little can really, really, really mess things up.
Go on.
Well, I figure that we, that is to say, me and my friends here, and he kind of gestures to this group that's now kind of picking up various parts of bodies and clothes and stuff that you basically anything that you haven't looted, and they're kind of sharing it amongst themselves. We're little, and with a little bit of help, you know, we changed things, didn't we? And this little acorn, with a bit of your help, he's going to change things too.
Jacob just scratches his head.
Um, yeah, I guess. Could the same not be said for just a regular acorn?
Well, no,
Take a lot
but
longer, but it would still change things.
can't be said for a regular gnome either. It has to be one of us, one who's been through it, got the touch of it. So now we've had our like true power unlocked by this. Well, this little acorn, he's had his power unlocked as well, hasn't he?
So your true power.
Hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So what are you
Nodding at you.
what are you gonna do with that true power?
Oh, we'll think of something.
Huh.
Side mouth, but Jacob. What the fuck have we done? Out of
Uh,
interest, Mister um,
Kibbles.
Unlocked
Miss-
Power Gnome, Mister
Kibbles.
Dibbles.
Kibbles with K.
Oh,
okay.
Like knife.
Kibbles with a
Kill.
K. Oh,
Or
special K.
catastrophe.
I think that's spelled with a C, isn't it?
Is it?
Oh, I don't know. Where was they taking you down there?
And he kind of looks over his shoulder, back at this tree. In between him and the tree, you see a gnome just like lifting up a dog head and parading it around as the others kind of do a almost conga line of horror. At the
I'm almost
slaying.
imagining
have
Ewoks
we
like going,
done?
oh no, sorry, like Jawas when they're like, oh scrap.
You know, just the helmets that definitely don't contain skulls.
Yes.
Um, um, and over in the kind of misty distance past this long dead tree, because that's where that's where they had us digging. Lots of digging.
There you go.
And what was you digging for?
I don't know. We didn't find it. They just said made us dig and dig and dig and kept digging. We're quite good at it, so we got
Okay.
pretty far. But we didn't. They never said stop. They just
All
said
right.
keep going, and then occasionally we'd dig a grave for someone who didn't make it. But now we can use that skill to dig more, as many as we need.
Mm.
Who are you gonna put in these graves?
We'll think of we'll think of someone.
I suppose there was a cart or nothing down there, was there?
Oh yeah, carts, big carts, small carts.
Would
Some
you
with
mind
wheels.
doing us a little favor? Could you just look after this iron and all this until we come back? We'll try and get a cart and
Can you go get us a
um
card or two?
When as you ask him, he kind of looks at you with a like look of rage,
oh
and then a second later it's gone. He goes, "For you who saved us and showed us the truth of our being and those of our oppressors, we will get you a cart." And he kind of
Thank you.
puts two fingers in his finger and whistles, and then all the gnomes kind of look up, except for the one who's like parading around this skull of this
mhm.
dead beast. He goes, "Get the cart!" And then three of them just kind of rush off.
I do you mind? I'm just gonna go have a look over there. I'll be back in a minute.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna head off with the three. Just kind of follow them till I go and see what I see.
Okay. Yeah, you follow them southward, past this big old dead tree that they were chained to. Some chains are still kind of wrapped and discarded around it in some parts. They're pretty fast. They're scurrying off. You eventually kind of lose them in the mist, and you hear their chattering to one another, and then it goes quiet, and you can just still occasionally catch the sound of just that and little tee-hees and ha-has, which is very unnerving. But then after really not that far, what, 4 or 5 minutes, going at a standard pace, you come to a hill, but it's kind of been hollowed out and like brought forwards, if that makes sense. Kind of like where you dump grain and stuff in a farm. You know, the flat silos. So there's just these two big supporting ridges of soil coming up and going up into the natural curve of the hill, and then just a hole that goes back and just disappears into darkness. No sign of the gnomes.
Mm. Um, let me just have a look. I'll get my lamp out and I'll sort of slowly head in, just have a look. into
Okay.
the hole, just like shining, ahead of me, so I can. Yeah.
Yeah, so you make your way in, and it's
I'm not
this
trying to catch up. I'm just kind of like
yeah
wandering in after them.
at a leisurely pace.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just about your height because Jacob's was he 6 foot?
Yeah. Something
In
like
my
that.
head,
Yeah,
he
I
was
think.
6 foot. It's just about your height, so you can just walk in, but every so often you just feel your hat get kind of nudged slightly by the roof of it. On either side, there's this kind of steeped wall, like a little tiny ledge, only a few inches thick, which you can deduce are from where the gnomes have kind of cut this hole at different heights, with them obviously not being 6 foot tall. And it's the entrance that you're in is pretty big. It's probably about the size of a fairly large, I don't know, shed. And then it goes off down to your left and to your right diagonally. Still pretty big entryways. So a good solid 4 meters wide. These are like big wide pathways. And after a few seconds, you hear this noise. Squeak, 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 squeak.
I'll just stand there and shine my light.
And then you hear a voice. Go, go, go on, go.
Still stand there.
And then you see a light coming round the curve of the path to your right, as it's kind of dappled from all the roughness of the walls. It's catching, and you see these two large shadows that take up the whole of the wall, moving towards you, humanoid in shape, and that noise, the squeak, 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 and they come on, go on, go on. And after 5 seconds of this bizarre scenario, you see two gnomes pulling a pretty big cart, with another gnome on top of it with a torch and little those little whips that they use on the horses, urging them on.
Yeah. Oh, right. Oh, thank you. All right. Well, let me help you. And I'll just sort of help them push it a bit.
Oh no, not at all. Go on, get in the back.
No, I'll walk. That's fine.
Okay.
I'll just walk next to them.
They he kind of gets the whip, goes, yeah, on, go. And these two little gnomes at the front are kind of grumbling to themselves as the gnome chariot kind of makes its way out the cave, kind of kilters to one side because of the unevenness of the soil, but settles back down with like a thump and a wobble, and then makes its way back towards the camp. So
Right.
at camp, you, while talking to Kibble with a thousand odd stare, you see coming out of the mist this gnomish chariot, and with it the distinctive hat of Jacob.
All right. Well,
I tip my hat.
I pantomime like I have a hat and I tip it.
I had to do the same.
Jacob just shakes his head.
Shrug. Eh.
The gnome with the skull, seeing this, does the same, but with the skull.
With the skull, yes, of course. Oh my
It's-
god.
The hat tip's a sign of his people, I believe. Very polite of you.
As you're heading back towards the camp, Jacob, you can see that to the east, beyond the tent, just up on the ridge line, is the familiar sign of both of Grandpappy Smurf. Grandpappy,
Grandpa Smurf and Smurf Pet.
Grandpappy, no.
Uh,
Who is making his way down towards the group.
Ah, perfect. I
yeah.
wave to him.
He gives you, in particular, a very, kind of 80s era "you did well" head shake.
God.
Oh yeah. I wish someone would look like that on me.
Um,
All right,
as
well,
he,
yep.
sorry, no, Karen.
No, assuming the old guy's gotten to us.
Yeah, as he approaches, the other gnomes kind of pick up their behavior a little bit and stop parading and looting and desecrating corpses. A few of them have an ashamed look on their face. A couple of them have a manic look. A few of them have a 1,000-yard stare. But as he passes each of them, he kind of gives them a hug and shakes their hand or talks to them for a little bit. And it becomes this very heartwarming moment where he approaches the group and they're all kind of gathered around him in a half circle and they're telling him what happened and all the adventures and how the beast has been slain and how the heroes saved them. And someone strikes up some kind of music from somewhere.
While they're doing that, I just lean into the other two. This is a full-on mining camp. There's I didn't go that deep in, but it splits, and it's a full-blown mining camp, full-blown mine. Know how deep it goes, but I don't know what they're mining for. It's interesting though.
Whatever it was, they said they didn't find it.
Yeah.
Do we believe them? And also, are we at all concerned with the fact that we may have turned some of these gnomes into absolutely bloodthirsty killers?
Only thing we
I'm
did
not
was
sure
free
all we
them.
have. Yeah, I'm not sure that's on us.
Yeah, the world's turned them into
Um,
monsters.
Yeah.
It's a mining camp. What's your point here? You're
Well,
looking to stay?
I don't know. What would bandits be mining around for in the middle of a forest in a hideout?
Anything that can make him a buck or two?
Yeah. I don't know. Just I don't know. Like if someone wanted to set up a mining operation, why not? Well, I guess you can do it illegally and not get taxed.
Yeah. Do you want to live the life of a miner?
No. I don't know. I have the urge to just have a look in. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, we can always come back.
Did you
I
get the
don't mind.
feeling anything of worth was in there?
You what?
You get the feeling anything of value was in there?
I don't know. I mean, it's a mine, but I don't know. It just feels odd, but don't know. My intuition tells me have a look, but it might be nothing.
Yeah. Well, if your intuition's telling you to do it, could be worth a quick little detour.
Yeah. let's talk to the grandpappy there. Ask him to look after the iron, maybe, and or we maybe look at it.
All right.
Unless you want to do it later, we can always
I mean,
come
well,
back.
yeah, yeah. Might as well.
Yeah.
Grandpappy, were you listening to any of that conversation?
He's kind of nodding to someone who's talking to him, but he's pretty close and kind of looks over at you as you ask him. I may have overheard some of it.
Well, perfect. Friend here wants to see what these bandits are actually doing out here.
Oh, that.
So yeah, I'm
I
gonna go do
wouldn't
some
think it's
scouting.
worth your time.
It won't take too long either way. But if you can look after this metal for us, a buddy of ours in town needs it. If you just keep an
Of
eye on it for a minute, we can
course.
take it off your hands afterwards.
But I would recommend you don't waste your time going and looking in that old hole. You
Well,
see that
why not?
there's nothing actually there.
Can I insight check this old guy?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, right. Forgot how wise of a character I am.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
getting heebie-jeebies or whatever you call it.
you don't get any no alarm bells go off.
Yeah. Right.
It's just a hole that they've been digging. There's nothing to find. That's
Well, they were clearly mining for something. I'd like to just have a look. Maybe see.
by all means.
Yeah.
But yeah, it really is nothing. You see, they came further north initially before all of this. Just gestures to the corpses lying around him, seeking something. And we told them that it was here, and it's not. And so they dug and dug and dug. And then they came for us and made us dig. And we couldn't exactly tell them that it wasn't here. But then they came for more of us to find it more quickly, I suppose.
What did you tell him was here?
An item of some value. You probably wouldn't have heard of it.
Don't get all hipster on me.
Trying to think of a joke with hip in it because he's old. Have you heard of a Ken blade?
A Ken blade?
Yes. K for kill and catastrophe.
Catastrophe.
Yes, we've met your friend. Or your son?
Ken, Ken.
Yes. Like the common Longshin name Kenneth, but short.
Where the
But
hell is
we-
Longshot?
Fortune.
It
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
I apologize. I shouldn't
Suffice to
use
say,
such
no,
language.
we haven't heard of a Ken blade. Can you elaborate?
Well, it's an item, very old item. It's a bit of a misnomer, actually. You see, it's not always a blade. It can be pretty much anything that can be forged or crafted. And it's an item that has some ancient, unfortunately long forgotten secrets crafted and folded into it as part of the process. They were once fairly common among gnomes for it was our ancestors who forged them. Unfortunately, most of them have been lost or stolen or destroyed. A few still exist, mostly trinkets and items no better than baubles with glamour. But those that are potent in their magic and the ancient ken, hence the name, of the art of those ancient long gone forgers and smiths, are very valuable.
Hmm.
You haven't heard of them at all?
I haven't.
Hmm.
Um,
That's good to know.
Mr. God, have we heard of them at all?
You have not.
Ah.
Yeah, except for now.
oh
They
right,
are.
yeah, I have heard of them.
You just said.
Now that you mention it.
It's you will have potentially heard of similar items by a different name, but in the form they're being spoken about as a uniquely gnomish thing, that has some kind of magical affinity or ability. You've not come across them in this form.
I see. So, is it safe to say this item is, I guess, belongs to you, the gnomes?
That is a very complicated political and theological question. There
Yeah.
are those of us who believe that they all belong to the gnomes, even those that were forged on behalf of other races or other peoples. Others of us merely believe that they belong to whoever is most worthy. If you mean, do we physically own any, that's, I suppose, up to you. And he looks at Temerity.
Oh, so this is a Ken blade?
Well, that was very nonchalant, but yes, you do indeed hold a not particularly fantastic example of craftsmanship, but it is of the Ken make.
Hmm.
All right. Well, uh, if it's important to your people, I don't mind leaving it. If you want me to put it to good use, I can promise you I will. Whatever you'd be most comfortable with.
Do you like jewelry?
Sure. I like to be subtle with it, but yeah, I accessorize.
Then, and he kind of looks at the blood-stained gnomes around him. I think it may be best if it were to leave peaceful.
Especially with Mr. Catastrophe over here.
Who's still just 1,000 yards staring off into the distance, just nodding his head and mumbling every so often.
Are you gonna be able to help that one, or?
There will be a time of healing, I feel, but we are strong in the ways of fellowship and good cheer, and less so in that of blade and arrow. So I feel this particular Kenblade may be better suited amongst adventurers like yourselves.
Just get him a woman. That's all he needs.
Well, fella, we don't know how the little guy swings.
I don't think love will be at the top of his mind for a while yet.
Well,
He
when
kind
he
of
gets
furrows
there,
his
it could be
brow
a
as
hell of a
he's staring
ball.
at Kibble.
Kibble the
But,
Oh, I don't
catastrophe
know.
wizard. I would
I've not.
gladly take this blade. Thank you.
I've known some, people that have seen death, and they generally would, well, they'd end up looking for women to get their mind off things.
Perhaps, but I worry that Kibbles has not so much seen death as believes he has become it.
I
Oh
can
my.
probably attest to that.
Jacob's just like, this is beyond me.
Puts his hands up.
I was
think
giving
he's
some of my
probably
insight
gonna
of
need
my
to-
world, but
to keep an eye on him.
We will handle our own, but you will need this if you intend to make use of the Kenblade.
Hmm?
And he hands you a takes off a ring, which I suppose it'll fit on your pinky finger, and it's very plain, but obviously old, made out of the same kind of steel as the it's not steel, is it? What's the shiny steel-like stuff that's not steel?
aluminium.
You mean like
Like material.
mithril?
Yeah, do I think maybe as well?
Tungsten,
Whatever I said, the blade was made out of before. Because I said the blade was white, I think.
silver,
Adamantine?
adamantine.
That may be
Yeah.
it. That might be it. I'll double
It's like
check.
a really
and-
strong metal.
Yeah, retcon it if I need to.
Yeah.
It's made out of whatever the material of the blade, the gnomish heirloom weapon that you have, is, and has similar pattern and style. And obviously they're part of a set, and hands it over to you.
Yeah. Thank you. Why do I need this though?
Well, the Kenblade works slightly differently to most magical items. You see, they're inexorably linked with both the axis of realms that permeates through us all, and also with the bearer. But this is done through this. As you wear this, you become more in tune with the blade, and it gets to know you as you get to know it, and eventually it will find ways to communicate with you. This is usually through dreams, or I've heard tell it can be through voices just talking to you.
That's freaky.
But as it becomes one with you, it will reward you as it deems you worthy. It knows you, and that is its ken.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
I
I'm
think I
not
may-
getting close to that thing, but you can wear it.
There is one more tiny thing to be aware of. Just
Here it
a
comes.
little proviso. There are still quite a few Kencraft items. And as you know, it's about, what, 9 standard months now until the next great shift, I think. These things mean little to us here, but if my memory serves, that would be around correct. And as that time draws closer, the Ken blades become easier to find to those who know how to look. So those who seek them will find them more easily and be drawn to them. And many of those who seek them for ill purpose. Particularly gnomes may not take kindly to you having this blade, and my word counts for very little beyond these hills. Just to be aware.
Remind me to leave you in 9 months. I'm kidding.
Well,
there could
okay.
be benefits
That's what
to
my
people
father
hunting you.
said to my mother.
Oh, There could be benefits to people hunting you.
Yikes!
Okay. Well, I
Damn.
appreciate the warning.
That was a line.
It would greatly sadden my heart were you to be killed by my kind. He again looks around at the blood-stained gnomes. On that note, are you sure that you still wish to go and explore this mine? Or perhaps you may be better leaving the bog for a little while?
I looked at Jacob.
I tell you what, I'm just here to make some money, and well, if you want me to respect your thing, then I guess I'll respect your thing. I probably have enough to keep me going over here, and I sort of pat the iron. But well, yeah. I still look at the rest like we're good to go. Think, right?
Yeah. If we are good to go, then let's go. If you want to explore the mine.
Yeah, let's go. Well, thanks for everything. It was sure help.
Thank you for all that you have done for us. It will be remembered.
That's good.
And Devon, as your people are saying their goodbyes, you notice that the acorn you planted has grown more.
Oh.
It's now a few inches tall, and there's an extra leaf.
And to Papa Smurf and flashing one of the acorns at the bottom. These things, they grow pretty quickly, don't they?
No, yes, that's why you all want them, isn't it? Sorry, I mean the other Lungshins. I mean the other modern gnomes.
What do you know what they were planning on doing with them?
Well, they sell them to the colonists, don't they?
Right. Yeah.
I thought that's why you were. I mean, they were pillaging and destroying ecosystems to build new ecosystems elsewhere. Not that I'm bitter at all.
No, you could be better. Just showing you home.
Did you say that? He kind of gives you another look and he goes, I knew you were the good one. You're my favorite.
Gives a deep chuckle.
So, how many of these were in each box?
There's between 1 and 8 in each box. I think actually it was more than that. In the other, I think it was between 1 and 12 in each box, and there were 5 boxes, was it?
Did we take
4
the
boxes.
original box? Or, yeah, because it would have been
you
5,
left-
including the one.
You left the original box with the Dryad, so there are 29 in total.
Okay.
Across these, like,
Is that
three-
29, including the one that I've planted, or?
Yes, so that way 28.
20 acorns.
28 acorn.
I'm assuming we're sort of gonna begin to move off.
Yeah,
Based on
start
what
heading
you know.
back.
And we're scattering these acorns, right?
All right.
Well, don't necessarily need to scatter them all here, do we?
On that, Did the dryad ask you to scatter them?
I
Fairly
don't
certain
remember
she did.
that, but Temerity
remember that
seems
either.
pretty convinced that that was the request.
Yeah, because we asked if like she needed us to bring them back to her, and she was like, "No, just throw them into the forest, basically, and I'll find them."
Oh,
yeah,
okay. Right. So that it wasn't her saying like plant them. It was her saying
yeah.
like
Just
anywhere
take
in the
them
forest
from
I can
there,
get them.
and and then leave it where I can take
Once
them.
they're out of those boxes, she can
Yeah.
do her thing.
Okay. I still don't know if she'd be quite keen on us selling them, though.
I mean, they'd
Well,
be sort of scattered.
there would
Hmm.
be. They just would be scattered
Just
in
in
a different forest
different
elsewhere, and
different
you know, they'd,
places.
yeah.
I mean, I guess technically it would make you no different from like a bee.
Yeah,
um,
exactly. We're
bee.
like bees. We're the bees. Is that what we're called now? The
That's the new
bees.
group name.
yeah. If we're gonna be called bee anything, it's gonna be called the Beeples,
The
much like the
beeples.
Beatles.
The bee.
The beat alls.
The bee pulls, like the peoples, the beetle
The
peoples.
the B
I don't know, man.
flats. Is that that's a bit too pitch perfect for us?
The Bee Gees.
Okay. Aside from
The
bee
Bee
puns,
Gees.
Gotta tell you, that little gnome's giving me the heebie-jeebies.
he does watch you as you walk off. Not blinking. Well, actually, he's blinking, but he's blinking one eye at a time, slowly.
What?
That's so much worse. All right, well, you know what? I do whatever you want with them.
Well, let's look at it this way. There's three of us, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, we take a vote.
Yeah, that's fair.
All
Do we
right.
want to return these acorns to the spirit of the forest, or do we want to maybe see if that is worth anything to some people? I mean, they'll
I
get
vote
scattered
for us.
eventually.
Hopefully.
I'll tell
I,
you
I,
what.
Once you
I'm,
sell it, it's kind of out of our hands.
I'm voting.
I mean, what else would they be used for? What else would anyone buy them for? It's just
I
cut
mean,
them.
you could use like nuts in cooking, right? Maybe they'll just be eaten. I don't know.
Yeah, well,
Imagine
if we're
valuable, fast-growing acorns will probably be used for growing
that would be a
trees and
waste
for
for the
lumber and
price. For the price
Rich
that
pe-
someone would buy these for, I don't think they'd use them for cooking and waste them.
the
So,
amount of money I've found wasted on trivial nonsense. Rich people are a different breed, my friend.
well, we'll just make sure to sell them to somebody that's looking to actually plant them.
so is that another vote for selling?
Yeah.
Selling them it is then.
I shrug and I hope this doesn't come back to bite us, nature.
As walking away, Jacob just sort of puts his arm on Devon's back, like, "Hey, so I've got some ideas for that. I specialize in well, selling things right for the right price. I may have a good idea if you're willing to follow.
I'm interested.
See, think about it this way: if they were selling it to these colonists, um, well, clearly there's demand for them, right?
Wait,
I say
you'd think so?
I say we go to the colonists and find out what price they would buy them for. Then we decline. We take them, and when the opportunity arises to sell them for more, that's when we take the real profit. Because, well, this supplier is no longer going to be a thing. Whoever's buying them will eventually have to pay more for them. You know? we hold on to them until the market value gets better, you know, at least in these parts or maybe elsewhere. I don't know. I'm sure this seems like a rare thing, so I'm sure there's places where they'll buy them for more. You know,
I like the
maximize
way
profit.
you think.
It's just you know, way to maximize profit. You hold on to the item for a little longer and might be able to get a bit more out of it.
Hey, well, tell you what, we take these with us to your friend at the docks.
Yeah.
Find out what sort of price he's willing to pay for it. And, take it from
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. Wait, so yeah. Yeah, that's good. So I mean we're ditching what's his name? Billy? Barry?
Harry?
So,
Yeah, we didn't find any boxes, right?
What
Oh, yeah.
boxes?
Yeah.
That I think we
exactly.
agree on. I would still like to know who's writing him his letters, but that might
Sure.
be a
Well,
case of
we
him
didn't
being
find any
incompetent.
boxes.
Maybe that'll
Yeah.
all come to light as our journey progresses. Yeah, so obviously someone who's very interested in yourself, Temerity.
Yeah. Honestly, I hope we don't find them too quickly. I might be up and about and in roughly fighting shape, but I still feel like most every cell in my body is on fire. I don't feel quite well.
Oh yeah, I forgot you was dead for a little while.
Yeah, still on the
Yeah, I
mend, but
forgot that you were weird. You've been pretty
thank you.
normal so
think.
far, you know, since I just
Do you want me to walk around asking for grains?
why?
If I'm, a zombie?
Oh.
Oh, a vegan zombie.
Yeah. Okay, well that's a no then. It turns out I'm pretty normal.
are you taking your iron ore and ingots with you?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
So we're able
what's
to
what's
take the
leading
cart thing.
the cart?
Is there
It
anything?
was gnomes, but now they're all
Right.
gathered around getting a stern talking to by Grandpappy Gnome, it looks like. So the cart is just kind of sat there.
Sort of like a
Right.
hand cart sort of deal.
Yeah, one normal sized big human could fit in between the spokes of it, or two could go either side to carry it. But yeah, it's like a standard hand cart.
Right. Well, might as well make it easy for ourselves and like two of us carry it.
Yeah,
Maybe
I volunteer.
Yeah,
one
sure.
leads the way and the other two we can swap in a bit or something.
Do a bit of a rotation.
Yeah.
Right then.
All right, then. Well, in that case, it sounds like we are making our way back to the town of Haven.
You are
Oh, yeah.
indeed.
Thanks for
Let
the
me
help
bring
with this, by the way. This is hopefully it'll bring us some good profit and you know
Fingers
we'll all
crossed.
be happy.
Oh, we didn't die.
Yeah.
I mean, not today, anyway. He sort of looks at Temerity.
There's always tomorrow.
Yeah, day's not
Fine,
over.
it's-
It's only like
Yeah.
lunchtime.
So there's still today, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Is the map like off screen a little bit? Or is it just me?
it is off screen a little bit.
It does appear to be, doesn't it?
I was very confused because I had that map open from the handout and then I closed
Yeah.
it and it filled my screen. I was like, what?
Trippy.
Um,
Nice.
okay, so you are currently there, making your way back through
Mhm.
Brigands Bog. It's not a long way. You've been there before. You know where you're going. You find yourself following the path again. These big, massive forests with moss growing in them from the bog, very dark. You carry on down the roads. You eventually find your way to a fork in the road that you went down the left path before, following the small
Mhm.
children's footsteps, which took you to the gnomish village. This time, you're coming in from probably the right, rejoining the road. As you go, you which way back are you going? Are you going the same way you came, or are you
I think we
avoiding?
try and avoid the dead tree.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's fairly simple. There's the paths here are all reasonably well worn because of the bandits. The tree wasn't the main way into the bog, so you find yourself carrying on through same terrain. You don't have quite as many undulations, and it's not as steep as when you came from the north, where the dead tree was. Now you're just heading straight west. Then you come out from the bog area onto more of a heath area, and up ahead you can see the town of Haven, which have to just refresh your memory on the thingy there. We centered that. Okay. Yes, you're now coming in from the south. And there. I'm trying to figure out how to close this. And the town is fairly busy. It's coming up to lunchtime. You hear the sound of bells ringing, letting you know it's just gone past the hour. Hammering coming from a smithy somewhere. The smell of tanners on the south side of town, which is the kind of cheaper,
Smell of
slummier
urea.
part. It's not the nicest smell ever. And as you approach, you see the gate in front of you, and then these ramshackle houses off to the left. And as you approach the gate with your items, there's no guards or anything. It's
Hmm.
not a particularly well guarded or fortified town. Hence, I suppose the brigands. You just make it into the city before you hear a voice from behind you. Okay. Oi, lads! Lads, hold up!
Is it fucking Barry?
Brawl.
Deck 'em. Uh,
Just
Just immediately decks him in the face.
what was that? A slip of the mouse there, or is that your intent? The slip?
it was an intentional
fine.
joke, but I'll actually just say, hello. No luck on the box business, but we did find some bandits.
Oh, what? What do you mean? No look on the. Where was the box?
I mean,
Wasn't there,
we
mate?
found,
Well, there wasn't
yeah.
any.
Well, no. There's always a box. He's just looking at you with genuine confusion, and
What are you
Maybe
mean
there's
there's always
another
a box?
you, and the other you got it.
What?
no, the only one he knows is that son of a bitch.
Yeah,
He's gone over my head, hasn't he?
probably. That's
He's
the
gone
other
over
you. I
my.
wasn't talking about a clone, Jacob.
Starting to look a lot that way, isn't it?
His own cousin now. That does make a lot of sense, don't it?
Yeah.
No. He wouldn't do that to me. No, no. So
Well,
Well, I don't know what to tell you. There was nothing. So
yeah,
yeah,
this is mostly just
We
like a
got-
small little side errand for us. If you want to fight your cousin or something, feel free. But
yeah. I mean, well, you know, we're getting paid. We found some loot, but that's on us. In terms of
yeah, but we're partners, aren't we? And I like sent you
no, we're not. We were never partners.
into the woods, and if you found something there,
I want to
good.
like tower over him and look him deep in his face. We were never partners.
We agreed to 10% of whatever was in the box. We found no box. 10% of nothing is fuck all.
Yeah, but it's obviously like the intent of the deal, right? Even if not the exact words written verbatim, was whatever you lot find, I get me 10%. Yeah,
Sue me, and I walk away.
And 10%
You
of
wanna-
what's in the box.
yeah, a whole lot of nothing. Do you want to cover 10% of the cost of the operation? I think you owe us about 2 gold. There was a lot of things
So we
used in that
negotiate.
exploration.
That's fine. Hold on a second there, mate. Hold on. Give me 1 second at a time. As you
Turn
start to
around with my dagger drawn
walk
up.
away.
You want to shed 10% of the blood?
No need for that. Oh,
This motherfucker
just want-
almost
just-
died.
Just want some information, okay? So you say it's bandits, right? And you lot have taken care of them, right?
Well, some of them,
Mm.
yeah.
So, was there anyone else there with the bandits?
Cut to the chase. Who are you after?
Well, no one in particular. I heard that they had a nice, cushy little operation going with some unwilling participation from some gnome fellas. That maybe I was just thinking I could go in and pick up. And of course, when you guys are back in town, which I assume that you're leaving, and I hope so, then I could kick a little bit back to you guys for the information, and you not stabbing me now, right?
Are you okay with the whole slaving operation?
Well, yeah, it's a difficult question, isn't it? It's one
You
of the.
won't find
Not
me.
a difficult question.
Well, it depends, doesn't it? Like, okay,
I break
If-
this guy's windpipe. I'm done with him talking.
roll for what would it do for this? Oh, just a punch to the throat.
Yeah.
Bludgeoning. Okay. This is just about to kind of argue the justification for enslaving a bunch of gnomes. He just like crack to the throat, and he just kind of falls to the floor, just gasping in, and just sits there. Like he's on his ass. Water coming out of his eyes, just struggling to breathe. You just hear the occasional half a swear word that he can just about get out as he's.
I'm gonna like squat before him and look him in his face. Now you better give up before we report you for attempting slavery and things.
He's just kind of looking from one of you to the other. And
No, I'll walk
scrabbles
away.
backwards. And kind of shaking his head, like up and down, like nodding. And then kind of clambers up, and there's a bit of a crowd forming now. A few people are laughing. He's not the most popular
Nobody
person.
likes Barry.
As he kind of pushes a few of them out of the way, and disappears down an alleyway.
Right, let's get out of
As
here.
you walk off, you just feel someone pat you on the back, and a little old woman walks by. Goes, "Oh, I've always wanted to do that."
Yeah,
I
I mean,
grin.
I don't think anyone's gonna stop you. Just
She
gets
draws a
back up
knife
just
and runs off down the hallway.
Let's get out of here.
yeah, too much attention for my liking.
Yeah.
Fuck that
Okay,
guy though. Jesus.
What an ass.
You make your way back through town. You're heading towards where exactly?
I think. See, my profiting mind is telling me take this iron and sell it yourself. But I'm just not sure how far we're gonna get with it. It's a little bit cumbersome.
And there's something to be said about your reputation as well. Do a couple
Yeah,
of
well,
jobs
I mean,
straight, people trust you, right?
Yeah,
yeah,
wasn't the
that's
point
true.
of
That's
getting this
true.
stuff to get some information on some lucrative work?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, it's just this is free stock, right? This is free merchandise. This, you know, but no. I
Yeah.
guess we could probably profit more if we hand it in.
You sell that merchandise, but instead of gold, you get information. You'll need gold
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah, which way to go? Yeah, no, it's true. It's true. I'm just I see merchandise. I want to profit my way, right? Like
Yeah.
it's a bit of a niche, but it's fine.
Good things come to those who kill patiently.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough, that was what Kibbles the gnome was whispering to himself. As you left.
Uh-huh.
Not gonna lie, I was thinking of Kibbles, but
We're all thinking of Kibbles. Okay, so you're heading to the Harbour Master, yes?
okay,
Mhm.
yeah.
I believe so.
Okay, as you make your way through town, you see.
Keep those boxes hidden, by the way.
We could keep them in the forest.
No. Just
Oh
talking to
dear.
Devon.
You walk past the open Barker's Troop Tavern.
Quickly.
Quickly.
you,
Mhm.
you notice that Devon gets a spring in his step as he goes.
That's
and
weirdly
you
adorable. I love that.
make your way
Mhm.
through town, past the myriad shops and peddlers. Your cart draws some small attention. People just having a look at what you've got there. When they see it's just a bunch of rocks, they lose interest quickly enough. And yeah, you actually join a few other kind of traveling caravans almost of good materials heading into the dock. It takes a while for line forms of carriages, basically. A very no nonsense and bored looking guard and is there. He just asks you what you've got. I'm going to go a little checkboard and he just goes, name?
No. Oh,
Come on, it's not hard. Name?
Kibble.
Jacob.
Kibble.
Kibble Jacob. Okay. Well, what are you bringing into the docks today, Kibble Jacob?
We got a little delivery of iron.
Okay, iron. That is in non-perishable. Good. Okay, sign here, please. And hands you a tattered bit of paper with a whole bunch of signatures on it.
I just kind of crumple it up, chuck it in my pocket.
Are you literate, my friend?
What are you
Me?
doing?
Oh,
Yeah,
you want
you
me to
yeah, he
sign?
was asking for a signature.
Yeah, you put
Oh, you want me to sign? Sorry.
pencil here. Yeah, you put
Yeah,
your
dunk your
name
hand in some
I
ink
should
and then
know
put
this.
your hand on
I
the
should know
badge.
this. Yeah.
Yeah. It's really good of you guys to be taking him out in the community.
Charity
Maybe
work's
don't bring
important.
him on a run to the docks. There's a nice pond with some ducks. You might like
I
them.
thought this was just some
Nice
paperwork he was
spot
gonna
with
give
some-
me. Yeah,
No.
I'll just sign. Yeah, just
Okay.
squiggle. Not like a specific Jacob signature. Just a squiggle
Just
that
X.
Yeah.
Tries to flatten out
Little
scrambled up
circle,
piece of
couple
paper.
lines, and a loop.
I know. Right, that's lovely. Piss off. And he waves you
decent.
in.
Let me leave.
We proceed to piss off.
Why did you just take the paper?
No, I thought this was like you're saying, oh, it's got some signatures on it. This is a paper that we need to keep to, like present
Oh,
later.
like a
I
bit
thought
of
that's what he was
labeling.
suggesting, but
Oh,
I
like
thought that he was giving us the paper. I thought,
It's a petition to get more traffic lights.
yeah.
Um, and you kind of most of the line of traffic of carts is going down towards the ships. But you see on your right the harbour master building. Again,
let's
low
go.
profile, with a big window in it. The same man who you spoke to before, the harbour master's in there, and he's just kind of talking to someone, and there's another person in there, but it's not very busy. There's space outside for your cart.
We'll just park up the cart and I'll wait maybe a minute for someone to exit before we go.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
chill
he
out for a sec.
kind of finishes up with the person who he's talking to, and they walk off. Another person approaches to come in. I assume you're kind of getting in ahead of them.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's going in?
I'm happy to do it if anyone wants to come with. I don't mind.
Yeah.
The office was quite small, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's not very big. It's cramped with two people standing and him behind his desk.
No, if you can handle this bit, Jacob, we can I don't know, busk in the meantime.
Yeah, sure. Just look. I'll leave this outside. Just look after this.
I'll sort of I flick him an acorn just to see if he can get some sort of price.
Oh yeah, of course.
Something deep
Wait,
inside
do
Jacob.
these look like normal
Jacob.
acorns? That's way like.
They're sort of like covered in a resin,
Yeah, it's like a green tinted resin.
reddy green.
Okay, so
green
they
tinted
do
resin.
look slightly unique.
Yeah, if you knew what they were, you would recognize it immediately.
Okay, yeah, cool.
Can I have one of the acorns?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
You're just gonna throw it in a forest and then go, "Can I have another acorn?"
Well, now that you've given my plan away, no, I'll do something else.
Sorry.
Just sneaks away in the middle of the night.
Taking my
Oops,
itinerary,
lost it.
27 magic acorns.
Okay, you, Jacob, you enter little buildings, ding ding ding. The small room smells of tobacco smoke and a slight whiff of BO.
Familiar smell.
He, same as first time, doesn't look up from his papers. He's like comparing two documents that look very similar to you from where you're standing, and just grumbling to himself under his breath a little bit.
I have a little delivery.
Oh, speak up.
I said I got a little delivery for you.
Oh, that's good for you, lad, but I'm a bit busy now.
Wait, is this not the
Mm.
guy?
No, it is. He kind of glances up and goes, "Oh, it's you. You're alive?
Oh yeah.
Huh. Looks like I owe someone 50 silver.
I think so.
So you were successful in your... hold on 1 second. Kind of looks around and he shouts, "Hey, Barb, you here?" And there's no answer. Right, okay. So, did you get the ore?
Yeah. It's right out the door.
You know, look, kind of stands up a little bit, looks around and says, "Oh, right. I guess it's in that cart there.
Oh,
Very
yeah.
clever. I was partly hoping you were going to carry it bit by bit, but that'll do very nicely. It's all there."
Very much seems like it.
And
How
the
much was it exactly that you were looking for? That was missing.
oh, I can't be bothered to get the itinerary, but we'll say about 200 kilos of ore and 100 kilos of finished ingots.
It looks just like that to my eye.
Oh, that's
Um,
probably all it then. I will, of course, have to just check, but there's not too much value in these items. It's more so the principle, you know?
yeah,
And speaking of principle, what happened to the esteemed gentleman who misappropriated my ore?
gentleman,
Well, man, men, individuals,
men.
groups, associations.
Ah, what did you want to happen to them?
Well, I'd hope that it would become a dead man, a dead group, a dead individual, a dead association.
We misappropriated their lives.
Mhm.
Because just like grinning. Yeah,
Appropriate. Like that.
that. Yeah, that's. They won't bother you.
He
They won't
kind
bother
of
anyone.
slams his hand down on the desk and goes, "Ah, that's what I like to hear." Rummages through a drawer, brings out 2 little glasses and a little, it's like a little earthenware jar with like it's in the shape of a little squatting dwarf, holding like a boar's head. And he pops the oven and pours a little bit into each one. He goes, "Here, I believe I owe you some information."
Ah, yeah. Yes, please.
Well, first of all, here's your bonus for killing the bastards. It's not much, you know, but bear in mind my immeasurable reputation for being a bit of a tight arse when I give you this. And his hand tingled. And of
Cool.
course, a tipple. Cheers. He
Yeah.
swigs back this
Cheers.
drink. As you're drinking it, it's very strong. Some kind of dwarven spirit. Yeah, it's very strong. So, you wanted, refresh my memory. What was it exactly that I could do for you?
I. Um.
Give me 20 more gold.
I was just looking for I guess some help on figuring out what I could maybe take. I'm heading towards Flint. Flint? No, Rill, right?
Real.
Rill. Heading towards Rill. I guess I'm looking to make a profit out of that journey.
Oh, I see. Yes, I remember. And lad, you don't have to be so diplomatic. Wait, hold on 1 second. Barb, are you here? No, okay. You don't have to be so diplomatic. You're among friends. We're both in the business. So, and now, better of all, we're business partners. So,
Oh, great.
let me think. Let me have a think here. Okay. I know. I've gone Irish now. I don't know why. I can't stand this Scottish and the Irish. Right, let me tell you about. Damn it. What does this happen?
Love it.
I think it's got some smiling. When you smile in a Scottish voice, it becomes an Irish voice. You'll have to be
Irish
dour.
people just happy Scots.
Exactly. But probably don't say that to any of either of those 2 groups. So, you head into, where was it? Rill? Right.
Yeah.
Now, as I say, I can't give you much in the way of pecuniary interest. But I have an opportunity you may be interested in. So, I've come across some, I think the common name is whisper wine. But it's known to others as Malthusian wine, you see, because it comes from the Malthusian realm, or it did, until 2 shifts ago. And since then, no one's heard anything from him. No more wine. And this is good wine. This is the kind of stuff that you don't only get a wee buzz, but it's a hallucinogen. It
Aye.
unlocks your mind, see? And the toffs and the posh bastards, they love it. But it's dangerous, they say. so you can't buy it. Well, you can't buy it in a shop. I happen to know an individual who's a collector of esoteric alcohol and other drinkables. And as I suppose food, he's got some strange cheeses, but I'm not too partial to him. So this collector, he's up in Port Macat, and he will pay a pretty premium for these bottles. Unfortunately, I, for various reasons, can't risk my esteem reputation in selling them locally, and I can't get to Port Macat. I could, as a token of my appreciation for your work, give you some bottles. And then, perhaps if you wanted some more, I could sell you some more. And if you were to shepherd them with the same care you have my iron, up to Port Macat, speak to my friend, he'll pay a pretty penny. So, I think I like you. You're a good lad. Your friends are a bit strange, but I think you've got potential. And I like people who have potential, because they often remember an individual like me. So I think 5 bottles I can give you as me thanks. And if you want any more, I've got, well, let's see, I've got 15 or 1 to blender. Oh, yeah, I think I can spare 10 more. For you, 10 gold a bottle. And it's worth about 25 gold in most cities. But I think if you press him, you can get my friend to give you upwards of that.
That sounds like a good profit. I'll tell you what. I'm down. Take the 5 bottles. That sounds great. I'll have to sort of see my new associates over there. They well, they get a cut of this, so I'll have to sort that out. But right after, I might be back for some more bottles
Hey,
once
well,
the funds are sorted.
you want to, cut them in, give you a wink. That's your business, but always know your traveling partners.
Yeah, of course.
So, just as this point, someone else walks in from outside. And here, I'll be with you in 1 second there, my friend. So, well, he kind of puts his hand across the table, moves the bottle and the drinks away. Well, thank you for bringing that, those items to me. You are very civically minded individuals to do so. I will be sure to commend you to the town guard as thanks.
Thank you very much.
Oh, that reminds me. My wife has recently started brewing her own sherry. Would you care for a few bottles? I can't get rid of it, and it's not to my taste.
All right. Any good?
I've
I mean,
heard
it's not too
that it's
obvious,
very
but does your
good.
wife like it?
Yes, she particularly enjoyed it and got
Sounds
the
great.
idea when she sampled a friend's sherry that was made in Port Macat.
Yeah. Sounds pretty good.
Oh, you're
Thank
doing
you.
me a favor, my friend. And he kind of goes down underneath his desk, and you hear a hinge and some movement. And then he just pulls up these bottles and goes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here you go, good sir. It was a pleasure talking to you for the first time.
I'm glad I told you I like sherry before, eh? And I
I
sort of
wouldn't
tip
know.
my hat. I'll take the 5 bottles.
Oh,
I
and
got
do pop back.
put them in
I
my
will be
backpack.
here until close of play today if you have any further inquiries.
Of course.
Good day to you, sir.
Great.
Hey
And then
Jacob, are you done with those illegal activities?
God.
oh, One more thing, sir.
Hmm?
Here is the name of someone who may be able to help you with your query earlier. And he slides you a piece of paper, and waves at you, and then
Thank you.
gestures to the new person who's coming. Yes, sir. How can I help you?
I did get all the gold payment, didn't I?
Yeah, he kind of slid
Yeah.
that over to you. Yeah, and so you exit the shop, I suppose, as he starts
Cool.
talking to this new gentleman.
Yeah, I'll head out. Obviously the bottles are in my bag, paper in my pocket, and gold I'm carrying. Yeah, I'll make my way out. So it was 50 plus the 10, right?
50? It was
How much did you say?
5 bottles of
No, I mean
wine.
for this mission, the payment.
For the mission, it was only 10.
Yeah, 10. Right. Okay, 10.
Yeah, he is
And then
very
bottles
cheap.
was extra payment. No, for the iron as well.
I think you got 50 silver for the iron.
Silver.
Was it?
That's where it was. I heard 50 something. I don't know. Basically, yeah. For the iron mission.
The iron mission
my
was 10
payment.
gold.
10 gold. Okay, cool.
Yeah, the 50 silver, I think, was some odd comment. I do remember saying that, but it wasn't a reward. I don't think.
Ah, okay.
Oh,
maybe. Yeah,
was
yeah.
it? No. Yeah,
Might
you
be
have
was
10
it
something to
not-
do with the prices? Something.
Was it not 50 silver for returning the iron and 10 gold for killing everyone who'd stolen it?
Let's say yes, because I don't remember and I don't care that much about 50 silver. It's not going to break the game. And I do remember saying 50 something.
Yeah, something, but
50
I don't know.
gold? Okay.
I'll
Okay,
reach
so 50 silver. All right, so there's
And-
5 gold plus 10 for killing.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
And your piece of paper and your 5 bottles of whisper wine.
All right. So yeah, I'll make my way out. All right. I believe we leave the iron here. Yeah. Right. Let's just come around here, and I'll just sort of like take the others to like not right by the door. Take them like to a slightly quieter corner or something. You know, like not a shady corner, but just away from people a little bit. Make sure. Here's the payment overall was about 15 gold. Here's a gold each for the help. Thank you. I'm kidding. Here's 5 each. There you go.
You're looking awfully pale right now.
Oh, so what did you say about the acorn?
Ah, fuck. It's fine. I'll be back. I'll be back later.
Seemed like a cheap ass anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll ask about the acorn. I got yeah. I got a new thing to smuggle, I guess.
All right then. Good to keep busy.
Yeah. So we were heading to Will, I believe. That's the plan, right?
Believe we will.
Yeah. Do you wanna take a little rest first before we maybe leave tomorrow or something?
Yeah, might as
Or,
well.
I mean, what time of
Sounds
day
good
is
to
it?
me.
It's about 2:30.
All right, it's still like midday, really, but yeah, maybe we
Yep.
enjoy tonight. Although I don't know, I don't really want to be staying around where Barry might be. I guess we could leave tonight, camp on the road.
Yeah.
Is up to
That's
I'm
you.
an
good
option.
camping on the road.
Yeah, I'm used to it as well.
I'm
So
not, but I can get used to it. Yeah.
I say let's
Do you
do
want to
that.
try to?
Hmm?
Maybe there's like a caravan or something going the well. We could
There could be.
hire
Yeah,
ourselves up.
there could be. We could ask.
Sounds like a job for you, Mr. Music Man.
Yeah. Tell you what, you wanna ask in the tavern about that? Maybe. Maybe not. Is there a different tavern in this town?
Yeah, maybe somewhere else other than the place that we stole from.
Yeah.
I say we loosely.
And where Barry frequents.
Okay, yeah. I mean, we're
I'm
all
not
kind of
so
guilty
not
for the
so sure that
taverns,
he
but-
frequents it as we barreled him into there in bondage, hard
Yeah,
up and
but-
stuff.
Maybe we're giving her a new source of revenue. You know, bondage clubs are all the rage nowadays.
Hmm.
Okay. That isn't canon. Haven is not the scene of an underground bondage
So wait, we got
community
5 gold each.
That we know about.
Mm.
until
They're only there for a
today.
few minutes, yeah. Who knows?
There are a number of taverns. There's the ones in the main strip area, which is where Molly's tavern is. There's a tavern in the harbour that you're at, and then there's the slightly more upmarket tavern, and it was more of an inn hotel thing, really, in like the cultural centre of the town.
I mean, we've made some money. Should we stay there?
Oh, pick one.
I think it's probably pretty likely that Barry won't be in there.
That's true. But will there be people with caravans there?
Probably. If you're a merchant, you
Oh.
want to rest
Yeah,
well
actually,
after
yeah.
the road,
Yeah,
right?
actually, that's true. Merchants have
What is
money.
it we're
Yeah.
carrying now?
Ourselves. We could be bodyguards. This caravan. It's hypothetical caravan. But
It's worth a
I
shot.
think- He may have meant the goods.
So, are we a caravan?
Oh, we. Nah, I guess we're just travelers, right?
1 second, I have to switch off a baby alarm and baby monitor.
I mean, we can always just travel, the 3 of us.
yeah, I mean,
I don't mind that, but you know, the caravan idea isn't that bad. I guess we get to sit and, you know,
I was thinking maybe make some extra coin, but yeah,
yeah, it's extra coin and
just 3 of us, it
probably
would actually be
safer
fine.
too. You know, like if
I'm back.
we get hired to protect it, I mean, you know, there's obviously more of a chance someone attacks it, but there's also less of a chance someone attacks it because we're there, right? It's protected.
Mhm.
So,
Well, anyway, I just wanted to pitch the idea. I'm okay with whatever.
I mean, we could try and find someone headed in that direction and offer our services as companymen.
yeah. See what's there. Well, Davin, I'm happy for you to do that.
So, what's the plan?
I'm
We're going to the
following.
nice tavern.
The nice
So-
tavern. Okie dokie. Angus, what's your cutoff for today?
I can do another hour or so.
Okay, cool. Shall we have a quick break to get drinks and whatnot? Back in
Yeah.
a few minutes. stream back on. Okay, so you are planning on heading to the ritzy, fancy part of town, the most
We are.
prestigious inn, tavern, hotel would be the Halcyon at Haven, a very
Halcyon.
well-to-do establishment.
Gee. Jeez. Oh, by the way, what was that wine called again? It was you
The
said
wine,
something.
it's Whisper wine.
Whisper wine.
Whisper wine from the Malthusian realm that has disappeared and not been connected to the Axis for 2 whole shifts.
Malthusian.
Yeah.
Whisper wine of Malthusian realm. Cool. I have 5.
You do indeed. So let's say it's mid-afternoon. You make your way northeast from the harbour. The guard, as you're walking back out, gives you a dirty look. But then he kind of corrects himself and gives you a pitying look, strangely. And you make your way through the bit of the town where a lot of the markets are. They're a bit quieter now, being slightly later in the afternoon. And you turn right along the river, follow it very nicely, literally on the opposite side of the river to where you started the campaign. You can even see the spot where you were nearly thrown in the water. Well, and then you fell in the water, temerity, and you kind of come to this long cobbled road with on the right is predominantly like sartorial shops. So there's men's tailors, there's a few like boutique hat shops and stuff. On your left, there's a bistro restaurant with a terrace area sitting outside. It's all very nice and convivial. And directly in front of you is this great stone edificed building. It's 3 stories tall, but they're tall stories. They're like 1.5 times what you'd find in most buildings around. Built more like a temple than most of the buildings that are in Haven. Large, tall, arching windows. You hear sound of harp being played on the inside. There's a gentleman outside in a very nice liveried outfit with knickerbockers and tall hat. And yeah, very fancy. Carriage pulls up, lady gets out of it. He helps her out, and then the driver goes off. She walks in. Very fancy looking.
We kill her.
Just realised that I'm very underdressed.
Yeah. Well,
Jacob just looks at his clothes.
I mean, I'm not nearly as well dressed as I would like, but is there a tailor in the town? Either you know that?
Yeah. Well, the shop that you're at is basically the shop to your right. It's a very upmarket looking menswear place. There's a place that does mixed accessories, hats and stuff. But you will have passed as you were walking in smaller establishments that would do clothes. It is a harbour town, so there's quite a bit of import-export for that sort of thing.
Yeah. Why don't we go get dressed? Get nice and fancy.
All right. I guess this is my first payout in some time since I lost my last money, but yeah, I guess I should maybe.
I mean, I could do with some new trousers.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Trousers and, maybe the rest of the outfit.
Well, I like my coat.
It's a fine
Maybe,
coat.
maybe a new shirt or something. Something just, yeah,
Okay.
Something that would make us stand out less in this fine establishment that we wanted to frequent.
Yeah. All right. So we go to the
Yeah,
we
we
go
go
to the
clothes
tailor.
shopping. Let's go shopping.
Okay, and you're going to the which establishment are you looking for? The fancy place or?
Just the general menswear. I don't want to be like again, nothing too outlandish.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got to turn down this side street where this tailor's is, and it's quite a long, windy street. And along it, there do appear to be a bunch of other menswear places. So you have this one, sign outside says, "Mr. Magic's Fine Accoutrements," and it's very similar to what you see the people wearing who are going into this place. Some of it is a lot more what to Devon and Jacob in particular seems like nonsensical fancy, like where it just goes from being nice into just being silly. But it also has more kind of reserved traditional suits and shirts and trousers kind of thing. Then there's another place that's just called Mr. Topman's Top Men's Clothes.
Hmm.
Men.
It's
Let's go. That one.
cheap, cheerful kind of stuff.
Jacob would just want to go to the place that seems to have the kind of stuff he's wearing, basically. It's like,
Ah.
yeah, he's wearing like it's good clothes. It's decent coat, decent shirt, pants, but they're just worn. They've seen better days.
Well, in that case, you may be interested in Hank's Haberdashery,
Yeah,
which seems to
let's do
sell
that.
kind
Cowboy
of more
things.
practical, rugged country clothes.
Yeah,
Um,
that's the thing. It's not like a country clothes thing. It's like a nicer coat, I guess. Like a nice leather
but more functional.
coat. Yeah, but more functional. But yeah, but like it
high
would
quality,
pass.
not high
Yeah,
fashion.
yeah, it's
But
quality. Like it would pass in like a, you know, not saying
Or it would have
posh
done
place, but
new.
yeah, like it would pass in like a decently uh you know, uh, around people decently dressed, but it's just worn. Like it would pass if it was in good quality, that kind of thing.
Okay, yeah,
That's what
those
that's
are
what
the
I'm thinking.
three shops that stand out to you.
Uh,
well, we're gonna be traveling, right? So let's go for practicality.
yeah,
Something nice
yeah,
looking, but
yeah. Yeah, let's go for
Okay,
the practically
Yeah.
things.
so you approach Hank's Haberdashery. In the window are some quite nice, lots of leather goods, but also some darker traveling fabrics and whatnot. It's got nice lead framed windows. And you open the door. There's that smell of leather and wood, and it's quite a nice but masculine kind of smell. Not as bad as the harbour master's office, though. Yeah, you walk in, little bell rings again, and in front of you you see all sorts of clothes. Jacob, your eye is immediately drawn to the corner where the hats are.
Mm-hmm.
They also have a whole wall of different kinds of shoes and boots, all different styles and sizes, all very practical looking.
Cool.
And in the kind of the far corner, there's some like changing room type little booths set up, and in front of them is a uh, middling height human male, uh, graying hair but like flat top cut, um, and he's wearing just a really kind of normal outfit, like just a white shirt, and then grey blue fabric trousers. He's measuring up a elf gentleman, and he kind of gives you a tilt of the head as he sees you come in, and then goes back to his measurements.
Yeah, Jacob will immediately go do his thing. He's gonna pick out his own things.
Okay. And yeah, so it has more or less standard adventuring clothes that you would possibly want.
Yeah, yeah. After some minutes, I guess Jacob will come back with a sort of pile. The whole thing. Hat, coat, shirt, pants, shoes, everything. It basically looks like the stuff he's wearing. Probably like some like the finer quality things that this place would have. And maybe maybe the coat's a little bit darker, maybe the shirt's a little bit lighter, but it generally won't look too different, except all the clothes will be just good condition now, and actually look presentable and decent.
So just full of holes.
Yeah,
Devin's
exactly.
doing much the
Like
same.
there
to
was
be
like
honest.
it was like if you picture a nice coat, but it's had some years. There's some fraying. There's like a little hole next to the wrist. There's like things like that. Maybe like a missing button in there, like somewhere, that kind of thing. So yeah, he looks dashing a little bit compared to what he was.
Okay. And Devon, you were doing much the same.
Yeah, so looking for some much less patched trousers, something a little bit room to move in it, but new.
Right, yeah, you found some good quality fabric trousers. There's also a pair of very soft, flexible leather trousers, if that's more to your liking. But there's certainly stuff there that meets your needs.
And maybe a fresh pair of boots, sort of the cuffed sailor style boot.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, I know what you mean. Okay, cool.
And if there happens to be a tricorn hat, then so much the better.
What? Huh? A try.
Like
Tricorn.
Admiral Nelson wears.
Nelson's was more of a bicorn, wasn't it?
Sorry.
One of those like admiral hats, admiral pirate caps.
Tricorn is 3 points, so much more like Jack Sparrow's hat.
Yeah. This stuff.
This is the tale of Captain Jack Sparrow.
Okay, you have heard of me.
You, strangely enough, you find a four-corn hat, but no tricorn hats. And as you're rummaging, you hear a voice from behind you. And Desmond, I apologize for offending your entire peoples. Howdy.
Go ahead, they offend themselves.
You look like I could help you with some fixing up.
I've been doing it from the start of this campaign. So
You're Hank. Nice to meet. Nice to meet you, Hank. Having a little bit of trouble. Your hats all seem to have 4 corners.
Yep, that's how we make them. 4 corners, so they stand up good and strong.
I was looking for more of a 3 corner, a tricorn, if you would.
A 3-corner hat. Well, I guess. Hold on one second. He gets one of the 4-corner ones. He tries to see if he could fold it. 3. Nope, that ain't gonna work. I tell you what. Hold here 1 second. I'll be right back in the skedaddle. You know, rushes off in a manic kind of speed walking as he goes behind the counter and then he's gonna go down some stairs like really quickly.
Is he really
Uh,
going downstairs, or is he doing that thing behind the counter and makes it
don't
look
know.
like he's going down the stairs?
And from your initial impression, you wouldn't be surprised either way. And he comes back, and then he has this hat, and he brings up, well, looky here, and he blows on it, and dust comes off. How's that? And it is a very old, obviously not new, quite worn, bit frayed, tricorn hat.
I will take it along with these nice trousers and a pair of boots that are very fetching.
Well, I should hope so, and I'm certain they will look more fetching on you, sir. Now, you know this hat isn't new. I can't
I
offer a warranty or a guarantee.
I suspect that might be the case.
Well, then we're in business. Okay, I will get you rung up in just 1 second. I'm just going to go see your friend.
Very good.
And then he speed walks manically over to Jacob. Sir, how can I help you? My name is Hack. Nice to meet you.
Oh, I just wanted this lot.
Do I recognize that accent, sir?
Oh,
Probably
Uh,
not.
maybe.
Well, maybe I do. Either way, I feel like we are brothers. How can I help you?
Sure. Don't have a brother. I just wanted to buy these clothes.
Well, fantastic. Is
Uh,
there anything else I can help you with?
Nope. Just how much would it be?
If you just head over the till, I will be with you in 1 second once I have dealt with your friend.
Great. Jacob just
You-
awkwardly walks to the till.
you can see
It's like,
as
I'm
you're kind
ready
of
to pay.
walking and speaking slowly, he's like just itching for you to hurry up. And he rushes over to Temerity. Sir, I see that you are not an individual who aspires to my kind of style, but if I could get you into something leather, if I could get you into something more other planes, then I think we could do some business. How can I help you? My name is Hank.
Plain.
Tell you what, I have a concept in mind, and I start going into it. If you look into creativity, that's going to be his
Mhm.
outfit, but with the white like shawl cape thing that rests over one shoulder. Can go over both, but you know that type that rests over one shoulder. And yeah, that's the look I'm going for.
The musketeer cape.
Yeah, keep the elements out and look dope.
Okay.
White is the best color to get them out, or whatever.
Maybe not a musketeer.
Now, sir, I know that Haven has a reputation for certain proclivities that I do not judge, even though I am myself a very loving family man. We don't have that much black leather, but I could whip you up this item in lickety split.
Okay, then. That sounds great.
Very good. I will just go deal with your friends, and then I will deal with you once again.
This guy sounds like a successful salesman.
This guy
Hey,
sounds like
power
he
walks up.
needs a vacation, but he
Power
doesn't
walks
know
up.
it
That
yet.
too. That too. It's probably one of those people that starts at like 7 a.m. and doesn't finish till like 10 p.m.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, so Power walks over the till, and it's not you've not been waiting very long. He's a very fast walker. So it says, so Devon, sir. So assuming that you're all happy with all of the items that I have provided for you today, I will ring you up. Now let's see. That is one hat. That is one set of boots. That is one set of trousers. Was there a shirt in there, sir?
There was a shirt in there as well. Yes.
There is a shirt in there, sir. Very good. But that hat, I have to be honest, I don't really know how to price it. So I'm going to give it for you for 50% of what I would usually charge for a 4-cornered hat, seeing as this is only a 3-cornered hat, and therefore you deserve a discount. So you kind of, I see that adding it
I
all
don't know,
together and
basic.
numerating, that is 9 gold, please, sir.
I don't know how to press it.
I pay him the 9 gold.
Very good, sir. Can I interest you in a loyalty card at all?
I don't think we're
God
going to be back
damn.
through this way, but
Well, that is a shame, sir, but either way, I will do it for you now. Here you go. And he just kind of stamps, like puts 3 stamps on. Here you go. If you're ever back in town, just bring it in. If I am not here, then it will be my sister, Sharanda. She will see to you with the exact same level of quality that I have seen you today. Have I satisfied all your needs today, sir?
you certainly have. May I frequent one of your changing stalls? I would like to wear them out.
Of course, sir. My stall is your stall. Would you like me to dispose of your other clothes, patch them up, or otherwise bag them for you?
No, it's fine. I have my bag here. I will
Very good, sir.
bag them myself.
It has been a pleasure, as always, doing business with you. I hope to see you again. And he gives you a really wide smile.
And to you too, sir. And I leave.
And then he kind of beckons you forwards, Jacob. Say, sir, so I can assume that everything is to your liking. Is there anything else I can get you?
Sorry, nothing. No, actually, I'm good.
Fantastic, sir. Now let me just add these items up. That was, and remind me again what it was, Carl.
The whole set basically, just shoes, hat,
Okay.
coat,
One
shirt,
full
pants.
new accompaniment of clothes. Perfect, fantastic. Okay, that will be 10 gold, please, sir.
All right. Yeah, fuck it. I'll give the guy 10 gold. I was thinking about haggling when I came here, but like he's he's good. He's good at it.
Thank you very much, sir. Can I interest you in a loyalty card at all?
That's all right.
But hey, what's up? I'll do one for you now anyway, just in case you come back into town and you find yourself in need of more hats, boots, shoes, trousers, anything. We've got it here. We can do it for you. Stamp, 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 stamp. Here you go. Thank you very much, sir. Feel free to use the changing rooms over there.
Thanks. And just heads off.
And you, sir, I believe you wanted a custom outfit.
Yes.
Very good. If you could just describe it for me, and then you describe it for him, I suppose.
Mhm.
Basically, bondage gear with a cape.
Yeah, sure.
Now, so if it happens that I am not here, and when this is prepared, my sister is here, I'd be kind enough. Would you be kind enough to not inform her as to your intention for this outfit? She is a married woman.
Oh, absolutely.
As for this cape, in terms of lining, do you have any particular material that you would require?
I don't know enough about fashion, but he says something good. Something
Oh,
strong,
that is
sturdy, and that looks
excellent,
nice.
excellent choice, sir. That is, you clearly have an eye for this thing. Very
Thank
good.
you.
Let me just work that out. Yeah, I think that we can have that for you tomorrow evening. Maybe after closing time, though. And that will be bespoke piece. But I like you. You are a very fashionable gentleman. And if you were willing to tell people where you got this item from, I could knock off, I think, 2 gold.
Make it 4 and you got a deal.
But you are shrewd individuals, sir. And I like you and I like your friends. So that will bring the total price down to 10 gold.
Okay, you got a deal.
Very good, sir. You're not going to regret this. He leans over, sticks his hand out, double handshakes you. Oh, you're going to look very good, sir. Very good indeed. Can I interest you in a loyalty card at all?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Fantastic. Excellent choice, sir. Stamp, stamp, stamp.
See how
Here you go.
this
You will
goes,
not regret it.
motherfucker. Come on.
And here's a slip for the item in question. As I say, tomorrow, anytime after sundown, it should be here. If the front door is not open, then just come around the back and give a knock, and I will come lickety-split.
Okay.
Fantastic. Well, if there's anything else I can help any of you gentlemen with, then please do get in touch. As ever, my name is Hank. At this point, someone walks in, and he kind of like a bird spotting something, and it tilts its head and speed walks over towards it.
Michael, that was the best, like, clothes seller, fictional or real, that I've ever seen. Oh, wow. That was
One day
brilliant.
I aspire to be like Hank.
Yeah.
He was
that was
very,
if- Wow.
very.
Very. He was
Active. Just
very. He
very
he,
was
he was
very.
just. He was very.
He was just very.
So, Devin and Jacob, you
Love
have
it.
your fancy new outfits. Temerity, you being the most fashionable of the three, have your existing outfit and a new outfit on the way to be picked up tomorrow.
Okay.
Tomorrow. I guess we are staying the night.
Nah, just a little while longer.
Alright. I spent more on the clothes than I expected, but
Yeah,
Oh, well.
that'll happen. Welcome to the world of fashion.
yeah.
I'm hoping that I make some of this back by being slightly better dressed and more likely to be able to maybe get some patronage at the. Forgotten the name of the fancy tavern.
The Halcyon.
The Halcyon.
Mm.
Okay. You see that the light outside doesn't seem to have changed, and you realize you've actually only been in the shop for like 5 minutes.
Felt like it
with-
had been a lot longer.
um, and as you kind of exit and make your way back, I assume, to the Halcyon, and approach the gentleman outside with the livery and the hat, he gives you all a nod and kind of holds his hand out to welcome you. And then in front of you are the stairs leading up, quite a grand cascade. At the front, at the top, is a large, double wide door, and the sound of harps and laughter and glasses clinking coming from inside.
As I sort of pass him, who would I speak to about patronage for some music this evening?
Oh, that's a good question. He's kind of initially shocked that you're actually talking to him. People don't really talk to him. He looks around almost as if he feels guilty for talking about. Well, sir, I think that I don't know. In all honesty, I mostly just stay out here. But Mr. Mazim runs the place. He would be someone who should know.
Mazim.
Mazim, M-I-Z-I-M.
Mizim.
Okay.
Wait, is Mizim backwards Mizim?
Sure.
No, that'd be Mazam or Mizim. This is Mazim.
Oh,
Oh,
Mazim.
Mazim. Mazim.
I thought it was a kayak situation.
We got a chat from some spam thing.
What?
I like that our first chat is just a spam thing. Want to become famous by follower, prims, and viewer on Mist .store. So, thank you for the chat, random bot.
Nice. We're famous.
Incredible.
And again, when
Oh.
we're ready, I can get like 10, 15 people in here.
Yeah, I think we're nearing that point now.
Okay, just give me
It's
the
worth
go
just
ahead.
getting some traction. Because once we get so many thingies, then we can do something else. Also, interestingly, we also have an account now on Rumble, which I am given to understand
Rumble?
is like an alternative to YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Rumble.
don't know. And I'm just
I
putting
don't
us
know
on
what
all
that
the
is.
platforms.
That's cool.
All the platforms that are live streaming. So anyway, We are. Yes, you're informed about Mr. Mazim. You've dealt with Hank. You are properly dressed, and in front of you lies this grand, beautiful hotel / restaurant / spa / mini illicit casino or whatever else goes on in posh hotels. Not bondage.
Okay, I don't see that suit as leather, FYI. I just see it as
Okay.
dark fabric.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes it easier to explain how it's going to be built, how it's going to be put together in less than 24 hours.
Yeah. Basically just a black suit and some other black pieces. There's some random Final Fantasy belts for no reason, but you know, what are you gonna do?
I kind of like the idea of
To
you having
Hank, it's a
really
Ginsu,
squeaky
so.
black leather. It's like,
You gotta explore some
while
things,
you break it in. Yeah, so the Halcyon is open in front of you.
Yeah.
I try and pick out Mr. Mazim.
Okay, it's a big, like old school. What do they give it? Weirdly, if you've ever seen Lawrence of Arabia, the officer's mess, there is what I'm thinking. You may not have seen it, but basically big, wide open building with like Art Deco almost trellis framework on the walls, and a big bar right in the center, like four-sided, all the way around it.
Gotcha.
You see a number of wait staff kind of going around. There's these round booth tables with this rich kind of oxblood leather seating in booths, and then like standalone, comfortable looking deep chairs. There's well-dressed men and women and of all different races, and there seems to be little cliques almost. So there's the very well-dressed are in one area. Then there's ones that you get the sense are more the well-to-do merchants in another. There's like the artsy group over in the far side of the room. You know, people kind of in their own little social circles. And there
Whoa.
is a gentleman stood by the bar, and where most of the white staff are in like white evening jackets, carrying plates to and fro, he seems to be stood there almost officiating over the controlled chaos that is this massive hotel full of people with high expectations and low self-control. And he's wearing a red jacket with a black trim. And people occasionally come up to him and kind of whisper in his ear, and he very elegantly and smoothly tells them what to do, and they go off. And occasionally he waves at someone with that kind of half-arsed, like almost queen wave, where it's all in the wrist. Someone walks in, and then as soon as they look away, his face drops and he goes back to work. So that's who you would guess would be Mr. Mazim, or that's certainly someone who is in a position of authority.
I beeline for him.
You get about halfway there before he notices you at the side of his eye. Like, in a split second, kind of looks you up and down and then just dismisses you and goes back to what he was doing.
I would.
Okay. Well, I continue my approach.
Kick him in
As
his
you-
dick.
That's how you ingratiate yourself with the snooty people. Good old dick. As you approach a bartender who's kind of tending the bar there, kind of looks up as you come closer, as if to answer your question, but as you walk past him, he like just immediately resets and goes to serve someone else. And Mr. Mazim kind of seeing that you're not deterred in any way from his what he thought was quite an obvious hint as to his interest in talking to you. Lets out a little sigh. Goes, welcome to the Halcyon. I hope you will enjoy your brief stay with us today.
Now it appears you have a mighty fine establishment here. I can't help but notice a lacking of the musical variety. Would
Lacking?
that? And I don't mean not necessarily the lack of a presence, but maybe more so the lack of talent. If you were
Well,
interested in maybe upgrading your musical entertainment for the evening, more than happy to oblige.
sir, you are, of course, welcome to your opinion. However, that is Mademoiselle Calais, one of the finest harpists in all of the realms. You are who exactly?
My name is Devon. Devon
Ah,
Mapleport.
the famous Devon. Oh, what was it? Mipplepat?
Mapleport, yes.
Ah, of course. Ah, pardon. Maplepot, yes. I have not heard of you.
Nor would I have expected you to. I'm new to the realm.
Ah, that explains it all. And you are a critique?
An artiste, sir.
Oh, bon chance. I am an artist too. You are the first artist I have seen in such a interesting garb. Are you perhaps a, how do you say, comedian, a clown?
Mhm.
Such a good,
No,
my favorite.
a musician of some some talent, so it has been described.
Are we within earshot of the conversation or not?
I don't know if you followed
I
them
would
yet.
like to be within your shots.
Mm.
Uh, having not walked in with him, I would like to randomly turn to Jacob and say, "Oh my tits, it's Devon." I forgot the name. Oh my tits, it's Devon. I heard him play
Mapleport.
last night. It's fucking crazy. You
Wait,
know why he's
Devon?
called Mapleport? Mapleport? Because he turns the fucking water so goddamn sweet. His jams are so goddamn good.
Wait, is that the guy that was gone on table yesterday and got the whole place all crazy?
Yeah. It was damn near a
Oh
riot, but the good
shit!
type. I pull someone else into this conversation as
Yeah,
well.
he was good.
I
Okay,
pull
there
in
is.
Larry from the other bar.
Yeah, Larry's not allowed in here.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah.
Immediately near you is a group of 3 gentlemen, a gnome, an elf, and a human, who are kind of chatting amongst themselves. If you want to try and drag one of them in.
Okay, I'll pull the human over. It's probably the most likely to, enjoy life. And yeah, I'll just drag him into the conversation.
Okay.
Yeah.
What, you're just like pushing him forward, or you're like,
Uh,
"Hey, did you see? It's Devon Mapleford. Oh my
yeah,
god!"
yeah. Words are failing me at the moment, but I try my best to ingratiate him into the conversation and get him hyped up.
He is very drunk. Yes.
Perfect.
Perfect
um,
example. Perfect,
Mapleport.
yeah.
I know Mapleport. He's a great guy, fantastic fellow.
Mhm.
Oh Mazim, this Mapleport, he's just so
Oh,
yes.
I'm
And
gonna
he
like
stands there with his
approach a
teeth
little
fist
bit.
clenched.
I'm gonna push a bit to Devon. Hey, Devon, right? Are you playing here tonight? Are you playing after this?
It would appear not, unfortunately.
Oh, what?
Oh,
Oh no.
Oh no.
Devon, was it? Yes, Devon. You simply must. Uh, yes, do it.
hey, so Tam, you wanna like hit the town then? You wanna try and find something better than here, or I don't know. This guy's not playing then.
Oh yeah, I think it would probably be appropriate to find a location a little more appreciative of the fine art.
No, monsieur. No, there's. We are, of course, very appreciative of the fine art. I did not realize, Mr. Montague, that you are a fan of Mr. Mapleport. Of course, if you know him, then he must be someone worth knowing. And the drunk guy goes, "Oh, know him? Yes, fantastic fellow. Don't you agree, boys?" And then he kind of leans back.
What does that guy remind me of? Boris Johnson.
Leans-
Fantastic film.
leans backwards to his gnome and his elf friend, who are also very schnozzled. But, oh, yes, he's the tops, says the gnome, and the elf goes, "Oh, he's frankly marvelous. Just love him, love him."
Mapleport. Mapleport.
No, you see, as him, there's just no two ways about it. We need Faplemort now. Please.
Yes, Mapleport. Mapleport.
The resigned look on Mr. Mazim's face. Very well. There will be a break in 10 minutes. You may go play. But if it is not good, you will be kicked out. N'est-ce pas?
Pours the collar.
Bien sûr.
Very good. Now go. I have things to do. And then he leans to looks at the bartender. Goes, more drinks, I think, for Mr. Montague and his friends. And then he kind of shuffles off and
I
Just
make
like
a big display
more.
about getting Mapleport's autograph.
Jacob
Make a big display of
tries to
doing
be like
a
a
very
bit
sort
more
of
subtle.
flourishing signature and sort of whisper to Mary at the same time. What a fucking stuck up prick that guy was.
Do you want to kill him? No.
Little
I'm
bit,
kidding.
Oh, okay.
but
I am kidding.
just have to check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jacob plays it a bit more casually and just kind of, you know when you got like when you go to a gig and you got like someone kind of sat in a corner and they're just observing the artist the whole time, like just that kind of thing. Like just watching Devon
He's not fangirling.
set himself up. Yeah. He's not fangirling. He just like if you look at him, he's paying attention, right? Like that kind of thing.
Okay, these yeah. As you go and set up, and one of the wait staff goes and speaks to the harpist, and so as you approach after a few minutes, she finishes her set. Kind of, she doesn't move the harp because it's massive, but she takes her papers with her, and as she's walking past, she goes and kind of walks off very daintily and bitchily. And there is a stage. It's raised up a little bit. Very good acoustics. It's in like a half amphitheater that's kind of molded into the wall, so the sound just kind of flows and permeates around the room at just the right level for convivial chatter and business and whatever else is done, not bondage. So you
Damn.
you have a stage, and you have your two friends watching you, and then you, as you step up on the stage, you hear a very loud, "Look, it's Fablemort!"
Close enough. Close enough.
Close enough. Close enough.
As you get some like quite
Oh, good.
drunken cheers from these guys, which sets off like a cascade of just drunk posh people who don't really know why they're cheering.
Fuck it up.
And the stage is yours.
Okay. I will attempt my very best looting. L-U-T.
Just grabbing stuff and putting
I-E.
it in.
Maybe later. Once everyone's a little bit more snowy. So for the moment, some music.
Okay, go for it. Ooh, very nice. Now, is this an instrumental, or are the lyrics as well?
I stick with instrumentals for this
Okay.
because I'm not entirely sure any of the songs I know would be suitable for the audience lyrically.
Okay. Just
Mm.
In
sort
fact, a
pause.
lot of the songs I know tend to be a little bit more lively and jovial, but I sort of slow them down, shift the key a little bit, just make them a little bit more sort of haunting and melodic than the sort of normal jiggy dance pieces that
Okay.
I usually play.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you start off quite quietly. I'm picturing it, and as you, yeah, and then as you build up, and you're adding layers onto this composition, and the cheering stops, and every so often when you look up from playing, you see that you have quite a few people's attention. Some of the drunker ones are just kind of weighing there, just listening. And by the end of the piece, it's a very calm, chill feeling in the room. Those who've wanted to carry on their conversations or discuss business or have a laugh have been able to do that, but those who've wanted to really lose themselves in the music a bit and feel something have been able to get that as well. And as you come to a stop and play those last few, kind of haunting, but in a positive way, it's kind of like the nostalgia, the mixture of pain and positive memories just brings a few people to silence. And then you get one or two like slow claps that really stereotypical, but then you just get a blustering, bloody good, that is, oh, fantastic. from this drunk guy. And he just starts swearing, goes, "Oh, fucking brilliant, fantastic, never seen anything like it." And yeah, you appear to be a pretty big hit. Lots of claps. Yeah, you did well.
Excellent.
Mr. Mazim is surprisingly not there.
I'm not entirely surprised. So announce the crowd. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been Devon Mapleport, and this is a very short performance for you all tonight. I will be making way for the return of, what was her name again? The
Mademoiselle Carr, I think.
Mademoiselle Clark.
Blah. You just hear a sigh. You just hear a from somewhere in the crowd when you get a name wrong.
Deliberately, I should hasten to add.
Oh.
Davenport. Davenport. I'm just riling up a bunch of drunk people getting the name wrong.
Yeah, as you kind of make your way down, you get quite a few handshakes and oh, well done, pats on the backs. Quite a few ladies hold out their hand to you, and give you a bit of a look.
I do a sweeping bow and a gentle kiss on the hand to each and every one of the ladies that do so.
Yeah, and you see the drunk guy from earlier kind of gesturing you over to their little booth area that they've taken up.
And approach I do.
Yeah, you see these three gentlemen, the gnome, the kind of, I've now decided basically as Boris Johnson, chubby, shock of blonde hair, human, and the elf, and they're sat there all fairly inebriated. And as you come over again, you get another. Well, oh, that was simply wonderful, sublime, superfluous. You are my muse. Who? What was your name again?
Devon Mapleport, sir.
Devon Maple. Lovely. I'm Earl Montague. This is Calbor of Nim. And over here we have the barely definable Clem Fandango. And the
It's
elf.
absolute pleasure to meet all of you.
Sit. We'll he kind of throws his hand up in the air and gestures over to someone, he doesn't really know who. And then, like 10 seconds later, a tray of drinks is brought to the table. And you all kind of pile into this booth. So you're all kind of sat round in a circle.
Marvelous.
Amazing. I start to drink. I converse with the Calbor of Nim. Did you say?
Yes, I'll put these into the chat. Calbor of Nim, little gnome.
Oh, that was the note.
Okay. The least inebriated of the group. That was very impressive, but you're an odd group, aren't you?
Makes for better songs, doesn't it?
Oh, you play as a group?
No, but we can serve as inspiration, can we not?
Ah, inspiration. A drink. And he kind of holds up the. It's a wine, like or maybe a brandy. Actually, I think it's a brandy. And he toasts to inspiration. Inspiration.
To inspiration.
Inspiration. When Temerity drinks, he holds his index finger above the rim of the glass just to make sure it's not poisoned. See if anyone else reacts first. Then he puts it down.
And no one reacts negatively.
Cool.
And
You'll
those
start
of you who
drinking.
do drink, it's a very fine brandy, very rich, very warm. Kind of warms the cockles of your heart. Kind of drink.
And
so-
hottens the cockles.
You're a
Sorry, I'm very
musician?
tired.
Asks Calbor, pointing at Devon. And you are pointing at Jacob.
Oh, Jacob.
Uh-huh. And what do you do,
Jacob is my guide through this realm.
A guy. Oh, wow. How adventurous.
Indeed, I find that road less travelled often leads to the most inspirational pieces.
Well said. We've already had inspiration. So, to the road less travelled. He kind of
To the
holds
road
up
less
the
travelled.
drink. To the road less travelled.
Devon's pinky out on all of his drinks.
Jacob's gonna try and stay sober for this one, like he'll drink, but you know.
Likewise.
Okay.
Temerity is basically in secure
Devon
mode.
finishes this drink on this second toast. Oh, this is very nice.
Well, I should hope so for what they're charging us, but that's the price of interesting company, isn't it? So, adventurers, what adventure are you on today?
Adventure. Oh, yeah. What adventure are we on? I guess we're adventuring in this here inn.
Well, I'm getting fun.
I think I lost you. You cut out then, Desmond.
Yeah, I got a phone call. I just muted it. Well, we're currently adventuring to the east. And if we can arrange a couple of gigs out there, or maybe some travel company. Do you guys happen to be heading that way?
What us? Oh no. We aren't much for adventuring. It's well, we're on a bit of a tour, you see? There's only 9 months until realms all do their realigning, and we realize we haven't seen all of them. So we hear about this place, and it is a very fine place. And so we vagabonds travel from fine establishment, sampling the finest food and wine, and of course, the finest stories. Isn't that right? Yeah. Stories, bloody brilliant. So you're heading east. What lies to the east, adventurous?
To the
Uh,
east.
Little town called
That
Will.
is what we're traveling east to find.
Hmm. You're a deep one. You are. I like you. Real. That sounds familiar. Don't I own something in Real?
Mm.
Real. You own the
Estate.
boat. The boat's, but that's by what's it called now? The big city in Aximundi. Aximundi City. You own the boat there, and then you have something else. I'm sure. We stayed there. It was the vineyard. So we had the wine. Yes, but we always have wine. No, but this was free wine. Yes,
What
I
wine?
have a vineyard in Rill, I think.
Right.
Yes, you should stay there.
Oh,
That
Sure.
would be
absolutely.
wonderful.
What kind of wine you make over there?
I do you remember? Free and bloody tasty. No, I don't know. It's one of those things that the people take care of for me. But it's very pretty.
Have I
Yeah.
heard of any like famous real wines on my merchant sort of things between Aximundi and
You'll know that a lot of the south of the main continent in Aximundi is given over to agriculture.
right?
And there are vineyards spread about. So there are vineyards in Haven, then there are in most towns in the area. So you
So it's hard to pinpoint, basically.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
hard to pinpoint. You would know that there are special that's common for beverages to be broken up into basically what culture created them or um,
Well,
started to use them. So
Mhm.
you'll know that gnomish wine is kind of unique compared to say elvish or human or orcish or anything else. So you know that there are relatively few gnomish vineyards in what is effectively not a gnomish realm.
Mhm. Mhm.
So I think if you wanted to do a history check, you could probably work it out with a decent enough roll, say 15 or above.
Yeah, I'll try. Uh, I guess while I'm making the check, was there an enormous wine by any chance?
How did you
or
guess?
Was it
Of course, only the best.
wild guess?
But you can't quite
Remember a specific one?
remember which one it is. In fact, I think they should have some here.
Oh,
He kind of clicks his fingers up in the air, and nothing happens. And then he nudges the blonde guy. He goes, "Oh, what? Oh, yes." He clicks like, loudly with his hand way up in the air. Gets attention from a server. Comes over and goes, "Do I have wine?" And the server just kind of nods, exasperated, look on his face. "Can we have some of that, please? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bottles, please." And the guy just walks off. And then a little bit later comes back with these bottles of wine. Says Monte Nim on it.
Mountain. All right.
Yeah, it's a couple of bottles are open, glasses are poured. It's very nice. It's very fruity. Not too heavy on the booze factor. Not something you'd usually drink this late in the day. More of a meal accompaniment, but a nice
Sounds
wine.
Sounds like even Carl would enjoy that. This is a great wine. So you say we can stay at the vineyard?
Yes, we'll be. We were going to go that way, I think. Anyway, no, we weren't. We weren't. We were going to go. Yes, we were, because we were going to get the portal to Aximundi City, and that's
Right.
in Rill, if I remember correctly.
Right. Yeah. That's right.
So yes, we'll be heading over there. Well, I'll be heading over there. These two insist on taking their little boat up, but I get very seasick. So I will be going over to the east to Rill, and then I'll be heading into Aximundi City. So if you wanted to, here's an idea. Why don't you come with me, and you can play your music, and I can be with you in your group, and we can have an adventure.
To Rill.
An adventure to Rill.
Sounds wonderful.
It does sound wonderful. Yeah. I see why not. We were going to be heading there anyway.
Fantastic. Oh, think of all the things that we can see on the way to Rill. And
Indeed.
of course, as my companions, you'll want for nothing. We will travel only in the finest style. But I have a little question for you. Do you happen to know any bodyguards for the trip? You see, I'm not very good at the whole dirty, intimidating stuff.
Well, just your luck. I'm plenty good at intimidating, and this fella here points to Jacob. Plenty good at the dirty part. So we could be your
Yes.
bodyguard.
You
This is why I travel with these gentlemen. They know the area and they are handy enough to help me stay safe.
Absolute devils in combat, believe me.
and you forgive me, my friend, and he points at Temerity. You're not very big. I like my bodyguards big and angry and with 100 weapons tied to their hands kind of guys.
Yeah, well, I've got 5 strapped to me. I'm 6 foot tall. Do you need a demonstration?
I mean, I wouldn't want to impine your combat prowess, but if I could, I would feel a bit more confident if I knew what you were capable of. Wouldn't you
Well,
agree?
Absolutely.
His friend capable. And kind of slumps his head down on the table.
Besides, it's been at least 10 hours since I've killed somebody.
Oh my. Well, I don't know if we'll need that, but just some kind of show them
I can use my
fight
bare
the bad
hands, sure.
guys.
Who would you want me to demonstrate with?
Fuck it. Do you want to do a little sparring match? We
Hmm.
can,
Okay.
I guess not here, maybe. It's probably not the right place. But, if it guesses the job,
Well,
might as well.
not gonna lie.
Albor, I
Yeah.
don't suppose this the Halcyon has the facilities for this sort of thing, do they? I know often some of the higher end establishments have some back rooms with fighting pits and that sort of thing.
Hmm.
Oh, you wouldn't believe some of the things that I've seen.
Oh, I would.
He kind of looks over at Clem Fandango, who's just been silent this whole time. And goes, go on, Clem, go on. And Clem Fandango just kind of stands up, walks, almost glides off. And you see that Mr. Mazim is back. And as Clem goes to talk to him, he initially shakes his head, and then Clem is nodding his head. He hands Mr. Mazim something. Mr. Mazim looks defeated and kind of gives a sad nod of ascension. And then
Is Clem the elven gentleman?
Clem is the elf who has been very quiet. And then Clem turns and gives a nod. And then Calbor nudges Montague and says, Monty, we're going to have some sport. Come on. Montague comes, lifts his head up and goes, oh, about bloody time. And as he stands up, his gut kind of just pushes the table and just sound of like wood scrapes on wood. No one really notices this man that kind of lummoxly staggers his way up to where Clem is, and then you go round kind of a corner down a little hallway. There's some powder rooms off to the right and left. And then another corner, another hallway. You hear the sound of kitchen staff and cutlery and plates, and then you approach door, and it's going to knock 3 times from Clem. No answer. He goes in, and there's a wood-paneled long room with a runner carpet, but it's massive. It's like easily 12 feet wide, and then going down like 40 feet. This enormous long room. And then, Clem's at the door, ushers everyone in, closes the door, locks it. And Calbor goes, see, this used to be a dueling room back in the old days, when that kind of thing was still, tolerated. And that's how we got our adventure and got the blood pumping. Now it's used for banquets occasionally, but some of us think that the old ways are still invigorating. So if you two gentlemen wish to show your prowess, then this would be the place. And if you were interested, we could perhaps make it more interesting and potentially profitable.
You thinking of inviting somebody?
Well, we know quite a few discerning ladies and gentlemen whose lives are very boring and dry, and who may fancy themselves able to pick out a winner, and it could be on a one-on-one basis. Alternatively, I know a few business associates who have their own housecarls and bodyguards who they're very overconfident in their ability, who may be interested in a group session. Of course, nothing too serious, not to the death or anything like that, but maybe a little bit of blood, get the ladies' attention.
We'd have to roll the carpet back a little bit, I reckon. The amount of blood that would be. Not that I'm planning to bleed, just don't want to get it dirty.
Well, if you feel like bleeding, then it's perfectly fine. Put on a good show and all that. But if you were interested, I could, Clem here could go and gather a few observers and participants. And then, if you do well, then I would be honored to have you as my co-adventurers in my party. But either way, you'll be in with, say, 30% of the takings.
Well, then
Yeah.
by all means, get as much money as you can out of these fools.
Let's do it.
I like your thinking. Clem, would you mind, dear? Clem gives a nod, unbolts the door, and goes out. And with that, looking at the time, it may be a good spot given Angus's time difference and Deslin's lack of sleep.
Hard cut-off point. Yeah, good time to wrap it up, I think.
Very good. Okay, thank you.
Thank
everyone.
you.
We will,
God, that hour,
ne-
holy shit, that hour just went, whoa.
power of Montague.
Yes.
Yeah, next week I am
Legal
in
fighting rings all of a sudden, Jesus.
I am in London, so I
That's it.
won't be able to do. Actually, am I in London on Tuesday? What's the date? 18th. Yes, I am. So I won't be able to do it next
Right.
week, but the following week I think we are good.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
turning away a phone call
hear
at
a
the
pup.
moment, but yeah, she's locked outside at the moment. She's not happy about it.
Oh,
But
cool.
before the lackey goes away, I'll turn to the veg person and say, if it's a team match, you better find some strong folks, because this is going to be downright criminal if you unleash this guy and myself on him.
he
I
goes,
like that.
criminality, and holds an empty
To
hand.
Criminality.
criminality.
He gets excited.
Aw.
I'm stopping the stream.